Welcome to Autotech Global. Now I am going to introduce a strong hybrid C-segment SUV from the Maruti Suzuki, that is the all-new Grand Vitara. The brand name Grand Vitara, which is derived from the old off-road SUV Grand Vitara. This is a legendary name, Grand Vitara. The old Grand Vitara is a legendary four-wheel drive off-road SUV and that's very capable. And this Grand Vitara comes with a all-wheel drive option in K15C smart hybrid engine mated with a 5-speed manual transmission. This Grand Vitara is built on Suzuki's Global C platform based on Global Suzuki S-Cross. This is the most luxurious, powerful and most fuel-efficient Maruti Suzuki vehicle in India. The front profile of the Grand Vitara is the most appealing part. All over the design element is absolutely great. It's a piano black hexagonal front grille with chrome surroundings. There is a chrome bar connects both of the LED dials and there is a Suzuki logo at the center. Just below the logo, we get a front camera as a part of 360-degree camera. Skid plates are also available on bottom and the triple LED dials are good looking. This is the new signature element of all Nexa vehicles like the XL6 and the new Baleno. Just below the triple LED dials, we get a LED projector headlamps. The shape of the bumpers are well designed. The bonnet is wide, flat, and we get two bold lines on either side of the bonnet. Moving to the side profile of the Grand Vitara, the height of the bonnet is high. You can see the A-pillar is almost upright. It's a auto-folding RVMs with sequential turn indicators are there. Just below the RVMs, we can see the side camera is a part of 360-degree camera. The wheel arches are squared off and there is a lot of gap between the tire and body. These squared wheel arches and the gap between tire and body gives more rugged look, and the upright A-pillar, higher bonnet and this roof rail at the bottom. We can also see the 210mm of ground clearance that gives more SUV-ish look. 210mm of ground clearance is best in class. The silver line which underlines both of the window lines and it extends up to the C-pillar. There is a quarter glass. These add more sportiness. We get a 45-liter of fuel tank capacity. Look at the gap here. There is a good amount of gap between the tire and body. This suspension gives better wheel articulation and suspension travel. This vehicle is capable of doing some mild off-roads. This is the front suspension. It's a McPherson strut suspension with coil spring. It's a 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels and the tire profile is 215/60/R17. It's a ventilated disc brake. Brake caliper is here. The request sensors are available on co-driver's side and the driver side also. I already mentioned about the gap between tire and body. This is the solid disc brake. This is the departure angle of the Grand Vitara. The departure angle is great for this C-segment SUV. The departure angle helps during downhill conditions. Look at the approach angle. This is the approach angle available for the Grand Vitara. This approach angle is decent for this C-segment SUV. This is the rear suspension. The rear suspension comes with a torsion beam with a coil spring. The stepney wheel is placed beneath the boot. Towing hook, exhaust. You can see the underbody of Grand Vitara. The rear end of the Grand Vitara is very sporty and attractive in design. I am appreciating Maruti Suzuki for designing such a vehicle. We get a shark fin antenna on top, high mounted stop lamp. We get wiper, washer and defoggers are available. Suzuki logo at the center. Legendary Grand Vitara badging is there. The tail lamps are sporty and sleek, which starts from the Suzuki logo and it extends up to the both sides. Personally, I like the design of these tail lamps. There is a vertical housing. On top, we get turn indicators. Just below the turn indicators, we get reverse lamp. At the bottom, we get reflectors. 4 parking sensors are there along with a reverse camera. At the bottom, we get a grey colored skid plate. Hybrid badging is there. This is a self-charging electric hybrid vehicle. All over the rear end is sporty and attractive. I am going to open the boot of the Grand Vitara. We get 255-liter of boot capacity. There is a storage space. The battery is placed here. It's a 177.6 volt, 0.76 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. We get a hook, light and a 12 volt charging socket on boot. The length of this vehicle is 4345 mm. We get 2600 mm of wheelbase and width of the vehicle is 1795 mm and the height is 1645 mm. The ground clearance is great for this vehicle. We get 210 mm of ground clearance, that is the best in class ground clearance. that helps during mild off-roading. We can check the build quality of the Grand Vitara. Opening the door and closing. The Grand Vitara comes with good build quality. You can hear the sound. Tapping and pressing the bonnet. The bonnet is strong enough. Let's check the interior of the Grand Vitara. We get soft touch material on door pads. Small storage space is here. We get bigger storage space. We can keep 1 liter bottle here. Power window control buttons and ORVM control buttons are there. Silver strip. We get 4 speaker Archimede surround system. The driver seat is manually adjustable. It's a perforated leather seats. The finish is very nice. We get proper dead pedal here. Fuel opening lever, bonnet opening lever. It's a power button here. The design is nice. We get soft touch material here. Headlight leveler. The dedicated view button for 360-degree camera. Head-up display dedicated button. We can increase the brightness of the head-up display by pressing this button, and we can adjust the height and controls of the head-up display by using this up and down button. Now I am going to open the sunroof. This is a huge panoramic sunroof. You can see the opening of the sunroof. The sunroof is very wide opening. Both of the panels will slide and move back to the rearmost position. This is the most widest opening sunroof in the C segment. I am closing the sunroof and the sunroof is closed. I am closing the shade of the sunroof. Okay, the sunroof is closed. Let's talk about the interior. We get auto dimming IRVM. Vanity mirror is available with lights on co-driver's side, and it is also available on the driver's side. We can keep our sunglass here. We get 2 lamps. There is a twin cup holder here. We can slide the middle armrest, and there is a small storage space under the middle armrest. We get mechanical handbrake here. It's a eCVT transmission gear lever. This 1.5 liter petrol engine mated with an eCVT transmission. We get lot of physical control buttons. These are the physical control buttons. These physical control buttons and toggle switches are very easy, practical and comfortable to use. There is a traction control off button. We get a wireless charging pad here. 12-volt charging socket and a USB charging sockets are available. In the gear lever, we can see park, reverse, neutral, drive and B mode. The B mode is useful while driving through downhill condition. While going downhill, the motor generator 2 rotates in reverse direction and it will recharges the battery. We get dedicated EV mode button, drive mode button. I am pressing the drive mode and showing it on the digital instrument cluster. Now it's power mode, normal and eco modes are available. We get ventilated seats. I am turning on the ventilated seat. We can adjust the ventilated seat of the driver and co-driver side by using these buttons. I am turning off the ventilated seats. We can adjust the ventilated seats up to 3 level. Now it's second, first and it is turned off. We get soft touch material here. The interior is a full black interior. The seats are also full black. Overall, the interior is very premium. We get dedicated head-up display button here. I am long pressing the head-up display. You can see the pop-out head-up display. You can adjust the position of the head-up display according to our height. You can see the battery level on head-up display, speed. You can see the battery level, speed, time. All informations are available on the head-up display. We can adjust the brightness of the head-up display by using this button. I am long pressing the head-up display brightness control button. This is the maximum brightness. I am reducing the brightness and increasing the brightness. And also we can adjust the position of the head-up display according to our seating position and height. I am turning off the head-up display by long pressing this dedicated head-up display button. The pop-out head-up displays are turned off. I am showing the glove box. A silver line is sandwiched between both of these panels and it comes vertically downwards to this much. That adds more beauty. This stitching is also nice. You can see the front camera position. Viewing the front view is very useful while parking. You can see the number plate here. and this is the 360-degree view. I am showing different angles. This is the side view. This is more closer view. The quality of the camera is very nice. All over the camera gives good view. We can talk about the quality of this infotainment system. This infotainment system and the instrument cluster gives clear and crisper images. The door opening is wide enough. We get a UV cut glasses here. Soft touch material, small storage space and deep storage space is here. You can see the Archimate surround speaker. Piano black finish is here. The quality of the seats are nice. It is well cushioned. For safety, we get isofix child mounts, adjustable headrest for the 3 passengers and proper 3-point seat belts for the middle passenger. Now I am experiencing the rear seats of the Grand Vitara. The quality of the rear seats are very nice and premium. The seats are enough wide to accommodate 3 medium-sized people or 2 large-sized adult and a kid at the center. For this C segment, the width is enough. And we can adjust the recline angle of the second row seats. You can see the maximum recline angle. We can adjust the recline angle up to this much. Now I am sitting on the maximum recline angle. This seating position is very comfortable. The front seats are at bottom position. Not the bottommost, but almost closer to the bottommost position. The knee room of the Grand Vitara is absolutely great. We get a magazine holder here. I can extend my feet under the driver's seat. The legroom is also good. Talking about the comfort of the seats are very comfortable and the cushioning is very nice. We get 3 adjustable headrests and 3-point seat belt for the middle passenger. I am appreciating Maruti Suzuki for adding adjustable headrest and the 3-point seat belts. We get a middle armrest and twin cup holders at the center. You can see the rear AC vents. We can adjust the rear AC vents like this. USB type A and USB type C charging sockets. That's very useful for charging our smartphone. We get a deep storage space here to accommodate our smartphone. This is the cooling vents for the battery which is placed on the boot. This is the available headroom for the rear passengers. There is a huge panoramic sunroof. Both of the panels will slide opening here. There is a thickness to accommodate both of the panels. If you want more headroom, you can choose the variants without sunroof because there is no thickness like this to accommodate the sunroof. That's why variants without sunroof gives additional headroom. Let's check under the hood of the Grand Vitara. I am going to explain under the hood of the Grand Vitara. Now I am showing the engine. I am going to explain the components inside the engine bay. This is the engine. It's a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder Atkinson cycle petrol engine which produces 92 HP power and 122 Nm of torque. There is a planetary gear set. The company called it as an eCVT gearbox. We get a power split device in this system. The main function of the power split device is to divide the power. The power from the engine is divided in between electrical power generation and to drive the vehicle. There are 2 motors in this hybrid system. One is the motor generator 1 and the another one is the motor generator 2. I am going to show a power control unit. This is the control box. Basically, it's a power control unit. Just below the control box, there is a motor generator 1. The primary function of the motor generator 1 is to convert the rotating power of the engine into electricity, and it will be stored in the battery which is placed on the boot. Just behind the motor generator 1 and just below this control box, there is a motor generator 2. The primary function of the motor generator 2 is to drive the vehicle. The power from the battery passes through the motor generator 2 and it drives the vehicle. The motor generator 2 drives the vehicle while driving on slow speed and on reverse mode. The another function of the motor generator 2 is during regenerative braking or during downhill condition. While driving through downhill condition, the motor generator 2 rotates in reverse direction and it generates electric power and it will store into the battery on the boot. That is the regenerative braking. I am going to say the another function of the motor generator 1 is here. I already mentioned about the primary function of the motor generator 1, which is used to convert the rotating power of the engine into electric power. The another function of the motor generator 1 is to start the engine and it is used to boost the power of the engine also. Basically the motor generator 2 is an AC synchronous motor which produces 80 HP power and 141 Nm of torque. 141 Nm of torque from the motor generator 2 starts from 0 RPM to 3995 rpm. We get a combined output of 115.56 HP of power. That is good for this C segment SUV, and this is the most powerful Maruti Suzuki vehicle in India. Another thing is the fuel efficiency. We get a 27.97 km per liter. That is absolutely amazing. We get proper insulation here. That's enough deep. I'm going to show the build quality of the Grand Vitara. The bonnet is strong and heavy enough. I'm pressing and tapping into the bonnet. You can see it directly. Look at this. I'm pressing and tapping into the bonnet. The build quality and fit and finish of the Grand Vitara is excellent. I'm also going to tap on the door. Look at the door panel. I'm pressing the door panel and tapping. The build quality is nice. I am going to start the vehicle. I am pressing the power button here. This is the 7-inch fully digital instrument cluster. We get all informations in this instrument cluster. The quality of this instrument cluster is good. This is the 9-inch infotainment system with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It comes with a lot of connectivity features. I am going to show the power flow. This is the energy flow diagram. Now the engine starts working because the battery level is low. The engine is recharging the battery which is placed on the boot, and engine is there. There is a motor generator 1 which converts the rotating power of the engine into electric power, and it transfers to the battery on boot. You can see the battery level here. Now the battery level is increased up to 2. After increasing the battery level, the engine stops functioning. Now the vehicle is on idle stop position. I am turning off the air conditioner. The ventilated seats are also off. Now the vehicle is extremely silent because the engine is off, and the motor is also on off because it's an idle position. Now I am shifting the gear lever into drive position, neutral, and drive now. I am gradually releasing my foot from the brake pedal. You can see the vehicle is now moving. Now the vehicle is crawling on full EV mode. You can see on the digital instrument cluster, without using any pedal, the vehicle is crawling on 7 km per hour. You can see the vehicle is moving on EV mode. The engine is not working now. The vehicle is extremely silent condition. I am turning on the air conditioner. The vehicle is running on EV. I am throttling. Now the engine is turned on. In this position, the engine drives the wheels. In this position, the power from the engine and the battery is using. The engine is turned off now. Now the vehicle is driving on EV. Again I am pressing the accelerator. The engine turned on. And look at the infotainment system. Now the engine is driving the vehicle. Now the engine is driving the vehicle, and it also recharges the battery. I am showing the turning radius now. Look at the steering wheel. This is an electronic steering wheel with 5.4 meter of turning radius. This vehicle is very easy to maneuver in city. Now the engine is driving the vehicle, and it also recharges the battery. And now I stopped the vehicle to show the reverse mode. I am shifting to reverse. Now the vehicle is moving on reverse. You can see different reverse camera position. The 360-degree camera is very useful for driving around the city. Guidelines for this camera is very useful for parking. It guides the direction. Moving to drive mode. Now the engine drives the vehicle, and it also recharges the battery. I am hard pressing the brake. The brake performs very well. While pressing the brake, the regeneration works very well, and it recharges the battery. You can see the battery level here. I am shifting to reverse. I am turning off the air conditioner. Now the vehicle is moving reverse in pure EV mode. I am experiencing the pure EV mode on reverse direction. You can't hear the sound because the vehicle is driving on EV. I am also turned off the air conditioner and the ventilated seats. Now I am turning on the air conditioner. It's a automatic climate control which is standard across all variants of the Grand Vitara. Now I am driving the Grand Vitara in EV mode. Now the vehicle is crawling on EV mode. You can see I take off my foot from the brake pedal. The vehicle is now crawling on 8 km per hour. Now the vehicle is driving on pure EV mode. The vehicle is extremely silent. I am experiencing the power of the EV. I am taking a U-turn. I am showing the energy flow of the EV. I am pressing the accelerator. While driving in EV mode, the vehicle performs very well. We get good amount of punch. The low speed performance is really great. This vehicle is very easy to maneuver in city. The driving position is superb. The visibility is excellent. I can see up to the end of the bonnet. The A-pillar is almost upright. This driving position is commanding driving position. The seating position of this vehicle feels like a proper SUV seating position. The suspension feels very nice on rough patches of roads. Now I am driving through a mild off-roading. The suspension travel and the wheel articulation is very nice. The vertical moment of the suspension is well contained. It's a well calibrated suspension. The suspension feels more stable and planted. It's a very refined suspension. Turning a sharp turn. The maneuverability of the steering is very nice. It's a very light steering wheel. It's very easy to use in city, and if we press hard on the accelerator, power from the both engine and the battery will be delivered. The initial pickup of this vehicle is very nice and punchy. While driving the vehicle, we get a lot of initial pull. The delivery of the torque and power starts very quick. We get immediate acceleration while driving on initial stage. I am pressing. The initial pickup is very punchy and peppy. The vehicle gives good initial pull. Now the vehicle is driving on EV mode. The vehicle is extremely silent. You can see the speed. Now the engine starts working and again the engine turned off. The initial pickup and the torque delivery is very nice. The torque starts from 0 RPM to 3995 RPM. The initial power delivery and the torque delivery is great. I am pressing hard to the accelerator. You can hear the revving sound. I am testing this vehicle on medium speed. The 0 to 70 power delivery is very quick and fast. The power delivery is immediate enough. The overtakes are very effortless. This vehicle is very fun to drive. I am very satisfied with the performance of the Grand Vitara. The power delivery is very smooth, progressive and linear. We get immediate response from the engine and motor. The engine, motor and the eCVT transmission works very well and it works better together. The engine and the motor works alternatively. The motor works with the support of the battery pack on boot. Driving around the corners is very nice. This vehicle gives good amount of ride comfort. The drivability is really great. While applying the brake, the regeneration works very well. and it increases the life of the brake pads. The regeneration recharges the battery and it saves the life of the brake pad. The drivability is great. The vehicle is very stable. This vehicle offers an amazing fuel efficiency of 27.97 km per liter. This vehicle gives good fuel efficiency on city and on highways also. The interior quality and the exterior quality of this vehicle is very nice, and this vehicle offers good amount of safety. This is a well packed vehicle between the power and the fuel efficiency. It gives decent amount of power delivery and it also gives a greater fuel efficiency. The suspension is very stable and planted. The suspension is neither extremely soft nor extremely hard. The suspension is well balanced between soft and hardness. It is a well calibrated suspension. It's a well balanced suspension. The suspension gives good amount of comfort and cushioning. It performs very well on rough patches of roads and it gives better stability, refinement and comfort level while driving through highway. I am going to take a U-turn. This steering wheel is a electronic steering wheel with a 5.4 meter of turning radius. I am going to show how much easy to turn a sharp U-turn. Now I am turning a sharp U-turn. The steering centers very well. The stability of the steering wheel is awesome. We get good amount of punch while pressing hard on the accelerator. If we want more power and we press hard it on the accelerator, the power from the both engine and the battery is delivered. Both engine and motor will drive the vehicle effectively and efficiently. For safety, we get 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, electronic stability control, hill start assist, hill descent control for all-wheel drive variants, and we get tire pressure monitoring system. The Maruti Suzuki added adjustable headrest and 3-point seat belts for the middle passenger on the rear seats. Thanks for watching my video, and I am also thankful to Indus Motors for arranging this vehicle. All staffs from the Indus Motors are very supportive and cooperative. Comment your opinions on comment box and support me by giving like, share and subscribe. Thank you.